Hi guys. So I wanted to take this time to talk to you about the end game dungeon experience that I created for the Wrath of Ragnarok gamebook. It was originally unlocked as a reward for Kickstarter backers. So it was provided as a free PDF to those people that backed the Wrath of Ragnarok campaign. But since then, I've made it available on DriveThru RPG. So I'll leave a link in the description below. So it's now available for everyone really to access and enjoy. Obviously, as a supplement, it can be easily forgotten about and overlooked, which would be a shame because the this dungeon experience has a load of really cool new game mechanics, which I'm going to give an overview of. So I thought this would be a good time to talk about this expansion, particularly because I'm aware that people are probably finishing up Raiders of Dune Sea and probably making a start on the Wrath of Ragnarok campaign. Therefore, this endgame dungeon might be something that readers of Wrath of Ragnarok might want to incorporate into their campaign. So let's get into it and let's talk about the Black Needle. At this point, I better just give a mild spoiler warning. Rest assured, I won't be going into any plot details or kind of character developments, but I am aware that there are readers out there that like to go in completely blind, don't want to know anything about story or what might potentially happen. So if you're one of those people and want to switch off now, then I won't be offended. But if you're happy to stick around, then I'll just give a little bit of sort of context for this. So the Black Needle is a side dungeon that is unlocked late game, and you gain access to it when you complete the red quest of the main campaign. And that quest in itself provides the context for this dungeon delve, basically. So the Black Needle itself is a mountain fortress. It's built as a stronghold by the ancient dwarves and is now infested with all manner of hideous beasties and monsters. So obviously the perfect setting for a bit of, adventuring and looting. So this dungeon, it can be played as a solo experience, and therefore it would just play similarly to the rest of the game book, with you battling monsters and overcoming challenges and getting loot for your hero. What is really cool about this particular dungeon, and which is why I'm sort of doing this video to give a bit more info on it, is that for the first time it offers you the opportunity to play with your friends. So basically you can have a kind of co-op experience. So if you have friends that you want to introduce to the world of DestinyQuest, or you simply fancy playing something a bit different on game night, then this might be a perfect chance to venture into this dungeon with yourself as the main kind of story hero, and then you can have up to 3 friends who can play support companions. So the expansion comes with 6 hero sheets. These provide details of characters that your friends can choose to take on this adventure with you. Each hero has their own set of abilities, some of which are new and unique to DestinyQuest. And each hero potentially has their own role to play within the team. What's really cool is that these companion heroes can level up. So each time you reach a certain checkpoint in the adventure, the player gets a choice of abilities, and they can then choose one of the 2 abilities that are offered at each level to power up their hero. So based on these choices, the player can further sort of specialize their chosen character to fulfill a certain role. Maybe they're going to become more of a sort of damage dealer, or a tank, or maybe someone that buffs the other characters or heals. So this means that, as well as, your main hero, the main player, getting loot for their hero and advancing their story, your friends as well are also getting a sense of advancement and accomplishment throughout the adventure as they grow stronger and more powerful. And this will allow your team to take on greater challenges and more deadly encounters. So with all this in mind, obviously there's going to be new combat mechanics to take into account group play. So in each combat round, players get to choose which heroes are active heroes and which heroes are support heroes. Active heroes, of which there can be a maximum of 2 in a combat round, are the ones that are going face to face against the monsters. They're the ones rolling for speed and looking to try and damage the opponent. But also, they're the ones that are going to take the brunt of the damage should things go wrong. And then you have these support heroes who you can imagine are standing back from the main action. They're more likely to be using ranged attacks, or maybe support abilities like healing or buffing. So there's that interesting dynamic in each combat round of where you're kind of positioning your heroes and who's doing what. Also, I think what's cool, and I'm really excited for people to sort of discover, is that there's a load of unique fun mechanics with the some of the encounters that take into account group play. And I think it really, I tried to push it as much as I could to provide these little fun elements that I think will really add a lot to that kind of group dynamic of sitting around a table and playing together. So and finally, it would be remiss of me not to talk about the most important thing, which is loot. So for the main hero, who will have progressed through the Wrath Ragnarok campaign, this particular dungeon delve has within it just over 40 new unique items, which are probably on a power level on par with the items within the book, but they probably offer more of a varied grouping of abilities, so that it will give your hero even more flexibility to experiment and build your hero how you want them to be. So and obviously that those items are split across warrior, rogue, mage, and if you get to the very end of the adventure, then there is a really cool unique item for each class that it's probably worth battling through to get. I won't give any spoilers. So I would recommend, checking it out. It's a fun game experience. I really enjoyed writing it and designing it. And if you, of course, play it, please share your experiences either through the comment section below, or maybe even you might want to stream your co-op experience, and then we can watch it and have a laugh. Just share. It'd be interesting to hear if people do play this in a group setting, and just how well it comes together and how it works. And I'll be really interested to hear your feedback, because that can only help me with writing more of these kind of things in the future. So anyway, thank you for listening. I do hope you check out The Black Needle. As I said, it's available on DriveThru RPG. For the Kickstarter backers, you should have it as a free PDF. Thanks for listening, and speak to you soon. Bye.